What's up, guys? This is Holland with the Wolverine.com, and we're back with another Michigan recruiting report. Before we dive into this week's big visitors list, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos, and also subscribe to the Wolverine.com today. Use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months over at the Wolverine.com. Get exclusive insider information on everything recruiting, team reports coming out of spring practice, the basketball run to the Sweet 16. Transfer portal will be coming up pretty soon, so now is a perfect time to subscribe. Use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months. All right, guys, Michigan back with another big visit weekend coming up here. A lot of highly touted recruits set to be on campus. Let's talk about 5 key visitors and start off on the offensive side of the ball with running back Javen Osborne out of the great state of Texas. Michigan has built up a lot of momentum with Javen Osborne this offseason, especially with Texas dropping out of this race. However, Notre Dame made a big impression on him this past weekend. They have moved right up there with Michigan. They are a legitimate threat to the Wolverines. So this weekend's visit will be huge. Osborne is arriving on Friday. He's set to stay through Sunday. So he'll have multiple days on campus. He'll have a chance to watch spring practice as well. Michigan needs to regain the momentum. I know Savion Hyder is still out there, and Michigan definitely wants Hyder, but Osborne remains a top target on the running back board as well. Yeah, I mean, right now I think it's a true Michigan Notre Dame battle. There are some other schools still involved, like USC. Miami's talked to him. Georgia recently hosted him for a visit, but I think this one has really shaped out to be that classic Michigan Notre Dame battle. So, we'll see how this weekend goes. We'll see if the visit high from his trip to South Bend wears off. So really, really interesting storyline to follow this weekend. Let's go ahead and stay on the offensive side of the ball and talk about on 300 wide receiver Travis Johnson, who is set to make his second visit of the calendar year. He was just on campus this winter. Now he's set to be back at Michigan this weekend. It wasn't scheduled earlier in the week. He just scheduled it today, being Tuesday when I'm recording this. Big news for Michigan that Travis Johnson is coming back. Travis Johnson is one of my favorite prospects in this class. Just love him as a kid, also love him as a player. I had a chance to see him play twice last season. He's a true big-bodied guy at 6'3", 180, extremely athletic, was part of a really good Oscar Smith basketball team this year. I actually went and saw him play basketball as well. He can run for his size too. He can stretch the field. He can get vertical. But the thing that really stands out about Travis is just his ability as a route runner at that size, to be 6'3", 180. Usually those types of guys have trouble sinking their hips, getting in and out of breaks. Travis does not. He's very smooth. He's a really smooth operator, man. That's the best way to describe Travis Johnson. Just really smooth. And a guy that can go up and get it and be the traditional big body too. He doesn't just have to be a big guy playing small. He can also impose with his size in the red zone and be a guy that wins 50-50 balls, especially with his leaping ability and, like I said, his basketball background. In terms of where Michigan stands, I think the Wolverines are really up there. I think they've continued to trend in a positive direction for Travis. Not really close to putting in a prediction just yet, but I think Michigan is right up there with Penn State and Georgia and Texas A&M and a few other schools. All right, let's go ahead and flip over to the defensive side of the ball. Some big-time defensive linemen coming in, including top 100 prospect Duce Geralds. Now, Duce isn't a prospect that we've talked about a lot. This will be his first visit to Michigan, but he is a big priority for the Wolverines this cycle. Michigan has been busy in the state of Georgia, and Geralds, an Under Armour All-American, has really emerged as a top target for Lou Esposito. A little bit undersized from a height perspective at 6'1", 275, but terrific player. Dominates against top competition. Was really impressive when I saw him at that Under Armour All-American Week event. And, it'll be interesting to see where Michigan stands in this recruitment or where they kind of fit into the picture. There are a lot of SEC schools involved. Yeah, I think right now Duce is a little bit of a mystery on Michigan's board. I think this visit will tell us a lot, but Michigan obviously wants to get back on the track of landing elite level defensive linemen, and Duce Geralds is that. So Duce isn't the only highly touted defensive lineman coming in. You also have Damari Simeon, who is another top 100 prospect, at least when it comes to On3's rankings, who is coming in from the state of New Jersey. This will be his first visit. Penn State is considered the early leader in this recruitment, mostly because Simeon's been there on multiple occasions. He kind of has a similar build as Duce Geralds, 6'2", 170. I'm sorry, 6'2", 275, 175. You'd be out there playing receiver. But 6'2", 275. Just a really good looking 3 technique type. Not necessarily the tallest build, but very athletic, very powerful on tape. Like I said, I think Penn State has the early buzz in this recruitment, but Michigan has a chance to make a really big move this weekend. They have made Simeon a top priority throughout the cycle. Sharon Moore was out to see him during the winter contact period. So I know that, those around the Michigan program are really fired up that he's finally making his way to Ann Arbor. All right, let's end the video with a prospect that we talk about a lot, and that's on 300 defensive back Jordan Thomas, also out of New Jersey, powerhouse Bergen Catholic. Jordan was just on campus during the winter, now set to make his second visit of the calendar year. He's been a top priority at the cornerback position. Really impressive looking corner at 6'1", 185, kind of fits the mold of what Michigan usually looks for at the position. Was a recent rankings riser, moved up into the top 250 and On3's latest release. Has been very high on Michigan for a long time. I think the Wolverines are in his top group, along with Texas A&M, Ohio State, and a few others. Critical visit here as Thomas is set to make a decision this spring. Very notable that he's coming in this weekend because he was originally set to make a one-day visit on April 15th. He rescheduled to this weekend because he wanted to get a closer look at the program for multiple days. The April 15th was going to be a one-day. Now this visit has turned into a 3-day. So he'll arrive on campus on Friday and he will leave on Sunday. So he'll get a better look at the program, and he'll get another reason he rescheduled is because Saturday's practice is supposed to be a scrimmage type of practice. So he wanted to see that as opposed to more of a walkthrough closer to the spring game on April 15th. So this weekend, he'll get to see Michigan in full action practice, which he's really excited about. So again, critical visit as Thomas is set to make a decision at some point this spring. All right, guys, like I said, make sure to subscribe to the Wolverine.com. Use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months over at the Wolverine.com for even more exclusive insider recruiting information. Also, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for free and get notifications every time we drop new videos. We will be back next week.